Welcome everybody, it's Evelyn. I hope you guys are all having a good day. This is a twin flame read for both the masculine and the feminine. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to you all. Alright, so where are we? Today is the 17th. Very cool read. I started it late last night and I finished it this morning. Today is the 17th. Yesterday was the 16th when I started it, but it was 11 o'clock at night. 10:41 was when I cut the SIRIAN STARSEED deck. 10 being the Wheel of Fortune, 41 being the Ace of Cups, self-love, spiritual love, new love. The 16 of the date yesterday was the Tower, and today is 17 of the Star. And actually, Star came up in the acronyms or the words from the code line today. So Star is significant. For those of you not familiar, this is a 7-deck read, so there's a lot of energy out on the table. So if something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit your situation. And if you'd like a more personal reading, all of my information is below in the details, as well as my website, twinflames3344.com, which of course you'll get more information. And I have a CD out there as well called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe, if you want to check it out. It's only $1 for a song, which is a great way to support me. And I also have a PayPal button below if you want to support me in that way by a donation. So I completed clarifying this read at 11:07 to 8 last night, 11 being Justice, 7 and 8 being the Chariot and the Strength card, and also at 10:53, 53 being the Knight of Swords, which is also the catapult energy. The NE of Chalices was coming up, which can be Northeast, or another energy that comes up for you. However you take it is the way you should receive it. But Chalices has to do with cups and hearts and emotions. And also Alice's came up again here. Also for me, Northeast references the feminine. So for me, the masculine's west, the feminine's east, the feminine's north, the masculine's south. Okay, so Northeast would come up very feminine. The feminine being very much in their emotions, in their heart right now. And the Queen of Cups keeps coming up upright this week, the last couple days. And actually the King and Queen of Cups are both upright in the read today. So Alice's came up. I finished at 11:07 to 8. The major arcana were the Shadow, which is the Devil, Ascension, which is the World, and before the read, the Lovers card came up, as well as Indigo, which is the Magician. 2 Pentacles, 2 Swords, 2 Wands, and 3 Cups. So very well distributed here. Perfectly even, and 3 Cups, which is more of a focus on the heart and emotions. The Court cards, we had the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands in the read. And before the read, the Page and the King of Pentacles came up. So that could be a father and child dealing with each other. And the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Definitely the King of Cups can represent unconditional love as well, and the Knight of Wands. That Deceit card keeps coming up in the Energy Oracle deck. And the Knight of Wands is reversed in the read today, so that may be that energy. And this can be a child as well who's, doing things they're not supposed to be doing. And the numbers in the code line today is completion. And we had triple fours here, as well as double sevens and double nines. So triple fours is very much about the angelic realms. 77 is the Sovereign, the Nine of Pentacles. And then 99 relates very much to compassion and endings and universal selflessness, the service to others energy. We have the 9-10, begin again and again and again, keep coming back to center, expanding and then coming back. That is the spiritual practice every day, is being present in the moment and yet expanding at the same time. We also have in the numbers here 47, which is the 7 of Cups, 79, which for me is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And in a lesser sense, we had 34, the 8 of Wands, 45, the 5 of Cups, 57, the 3 of Swords, 78, the 10 of Pentacles, and 89, which is the Phi energy, the expansion and contraction of the being off from the human body temperature, right? So when we're centered and being still, that would be the human body temperature, and then the Phi energy expresses the being too hot, too cold, or somewhere in between. And then on the code line regarding completion, the number 26 came up from 9, 10, and 7. 26 is the Page of Wands. And I believe the Page of Wands was upright today. So the Page of Wands upright, the Knight of Wands reversed. So that may be significant today regarding children or regarding messages, okay? So the code line being around completion. This was very interesting too. I was watching a video. Laura Eisenhower had Elena, I think her name is. She wrote a book, and I actually ordered the book. So you might want to check that video out. But besides that, she was talking about her experience with the ETs and the Pleiadians. And she said she had mentioned that the Pleiadians reference source as her or she energy, but also she used the word Imana. And that's so funny because if you spell Imana, I would spell it E-M-A-N-A, which is man with E in front of it and an A after it, which can be even Adam, and man in between. And also as Imana, a nickname for Imana would be M, which comes up as M for Mary all the time. So there is a parallel there, which I felt was very interesting. So M came up in the code line today, which is why I wanted to bring that up for you. So that can reference Mary, whether it's Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, or Source Energy, or my Mother Mary, because she's Mary too. That M energy was coming up here, and M is also funny as a nickname for Source, because in Bond, wasn't that the home base was M? I think that was M, unless it was another letter, I can't remember. But the code line about seeing Mary, the 9, the Hermit, the collective consciousness, the madman in his high vibration of expanding and contracting, the shadow knight, the good key or the good knight, the chariot of Christ, and the sweetness was coming up here, but also the sweet as in the place to hang out with Christ, right? Like the black box was coming up too yesterday. It's coming up again. And perhaps something may seem ninefold as opposed to tenfold, or 10 being off. The shadow after death test, the key of the 7, or perhaps someone has 7 offices and a suite, or the C-suite may be significant to someone here. I think I actually have one of my bills addressed maybe Suite C, but that definitely can reference the Christ vibration or the Christ consciousness, which isn't about religion, it's about unity consciousness. So definitely warfare came up here in some of the acronyms, as well as to point a weapon. And it's funny because I finished watching Glory last night, which was all about war, the Civil War in the United States, and communication about this stuff. So also seeing Metatron was coming up last night, and I did a meditation connecting with Metatron and Thoth because I connect with both of them, as well as Sophia. They're my main contacts most of the time, as well as Christ. But I was connecting with Thoth last night, who said it wasn't the same energy as Metatron. And what else was I getting? Oh, Betelgeuse, the constellation came up with Thoth last night. So see Metatron, the 9. Okay, so the 9, I know that Magenta had said her 9 referenced the same energy as the Metatron energy. So that may be a parallel as well. But to see the Metatron, the 9, which was also coming as dense, thick, bushy, and also a pig sound, the oink was coming up here. So if you hear an oink, you'll know what it's referencing. That would come up as Metatron, or even Thoth as well. Or that could be Thoth making a joke too about Metatron, that he makes an oink sound, because Thoth has a very dry sense of humor. So the shadow is very good at the key of the 7. Remember, the 7 is like the bridge number from the 3D to the 5D, right? Because the 44 is the lower 3D dance at the gate, and then it becomes the 8 at the 5D, the dance more flowing, whereas the 44 is the lap dance between the two, right? It's folded together, but it's merged in the 5D as the 8. So the 7 is like the bridge between, the key to get through the portal, the steps to the Christ suite, to communicate a threat perhaps. And this wasn't so much a threat energy, it's kind of a humorous reference to this, because it's about not just not bowing down when you want to connect with your guides, but to, to command their respect and, be more in your power about wanting help or connecting with your guides and other masters and angels, that kind of thing. To be very firm in your conviction. And actually using a little humor too, doesn't hurt, So, because some of them, for me, my guides are very funny, and saying, I need, I get your butt down here now, just funny things like that, to make it light but firm and be in your power when doing so. To meditate when I was going in to try to connect with Metatron, I was getting Beetlejuice. So that might be another sense of humor, another reference to humor, as in Beetlejuice, 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 right? Because that's how you would bring Beetlejuice in. So maybe that will work. You can try that. But there was a reference from Metatron to Beetlejuice and then to Thoth. That Thoth was telling me they're not the same energy, and that I was getting emerald and the more of the light blue light as Thoth was coming up for me, and Thoth was making an energy. I'm having a lot of trouble talking today. Thoth was making another humorous comment about oink meaning you stink. And it was then I was holding my pen when I was meditating, so I allowed the flow to come through to see if the message came through at all. But I didn't get anything right side up, but then when I turned it over, it literally looked like my name written out in a very loose way. It was definitely very similar. At 11:51 was Justice and the King of Swords, and the Shadow Knight comes up here as 12:21. There were multiple references going to 12:21 as being the Shadow Knight, as well as I just got the 7th day of Christmas. So if 12 days before Christmas is the 14th, then the 7th day of Christmas would be then 12:21 again. So it kept leading back to the solstice, or the the changing of the guards, the conjunction of the planets, Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto, and going from Pisces into Aquarius, as well as going from Capricorn into Aquarius, all those energies dumping into Aquarius, as well as we have one more eclipse, a lunar eclipse at the end of the month. So 51 being the King of Swords, and the Shadow Knight, remember that masculine is the Dark Knight, like the Batman energy in the Batcave. And I was also being guided on 12:21 to watch the clouds, and the study of clouds was coming up here. Also to see the Mother, the M, right? The Imana, the Sophia, the show of power to signify, to watch the clouds in their high vibration of expanding and contracting on 12:21. And then I was getting 7 of Central Standard Time as completion. So there may be something about that, 7 Central Standard Time. So for me, that would be an hour behind me. But that's what I was getting. But there's lots of references to 7 and 12:21. All right. So then I was getting the constable, which is a large butterfly. It has multiple meanings, but the large butterfly was coming through big time, so I looked it up to see the colors, because the initial butterfly they showed in Wiktionary, which is where I get all my acronym definitions from, was just a brown and black butterfly. So I wanted to look up the name they were using to make sure it was the right one that I was looking at. And it wasn't. I don't know, it may come in different colors, but the one that I was being shown when I looked it up was a Himalayan constable, which is beautiful green and blues, which was the light I was getting as Thoth came up. The light I saw in meditation, the Himalayan constable, which is beautiful, which I was also getting reference to my father because his name is Constantine, and he was referencing to me just as a sweet, loving comment, Constantine's butterfly, as his daughter. And that was from ifoundbutterflies.org. So Beetlejuice and Thoth coming up, as well as the the different names of Thoth. So Sopdet or Sothis comes up as Thoth. Sopdet is the ancient name of Sirius, conflated with Isis as goddess and Anubis as a god. And this is from Wikipedia. So Sopdet actually means triangle or sharp one. Okay, and then the Sothic cycle is the winter triangle is the three brightest stars in the northern winter sky, and here we are in the winter: Sirius, Betelgeuse, and Procyon. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. So Ma'at, so again Ma'at is the wife of Thoth, and that was coming from Lernodonewtonic.com. The little brief here from Thoth was about God and Ra. Across the heavens during the day, in his boat, which I love the name of the boat, barge of the millions of years, which has to do with like a tunnel, right? Thoth and Ma'at, the goddess of balance, who stood or on either side of Ra's solar barge, right? So they were like the bodyguards of Ra. Their wisdom, and then that reflects Sophia, because Sophia also means wisdom. Born from the lips of Ra and the forehead of the god set, the Book of Thoth contains all secrets of the universe and creator of the written word, or thought to be. Also known as Tehuti, spelled with a Y or an I, Teku, T-E-C-H-U, Tetu, T-E-T-U, or Tahuti, which is T-A-H-U-T-I, and then Zehuti, and then also D-J-E-H-U-T-Y as well. So lots of different spellings. And then there's a picture here on abovetopsecret.com. There's a bunch of, actually a couple different pictures coming up of the Fibonacci sequence shape of the shell around the Orion, how the pyramids match to Orion, and they were showing Thoth's holy chamber as the center of the Fibonacci sequence, where it ends up in the center, like the chakras. And that was coming up from someone's website he's called thoth3126.com.br. There's another site, forums.mmorpg.com, that looked interesting around Thoth if you're interested. And the matrixdisclosure.com, just matrixdisclosure.com/Thoth, also known as Enoch or Saurid, S-A-U-R-I-D. And that was Bibliotech Apple Yades, and I'm sure you know what this website, and you must have run across it before, .net. So it's Bibliotech and then APLEYADES.net. There's a comment there that Thoth was pure Orion as far as his descent, Rigelian or Rigelian. And also coming up is the son of Enki and brother to Marduk or Ra. Again, also referenced to as the keys of Enoch, which means light from Orion, and Thoth was coming up as in the middle of that, or at least at the middle of the Fibonacci sequence circle. So some of the general energies that I wanted to summarize, because they keep coming back up again, that may be significant to all of us. So again, that constable butterfly came up, the black box, and there was a teapot that they were guiding me to that I have, that was my mother's, to look at. So the black box being something, that you can't get into, but you can study it by how it behaves when you do nothing or when you manipulate it, right? Like doing a little bit of experimenting with it to see what's inside of it by how it reacts to its outer stimuli. So the black box coming up here, Betelgeuse, the constellation, 1221, of course, to watch the clouds. Also the month of March coming up. That's been coming up in my reads, but I've also been hearing it from other people as well. Also the bush coming up here and the oink sound. And with that card from the Journey of Love with the little piggy It looks like a pig. It can be a mouse too. It can be different things. But it looks like a little piggy to me on a blade of grass. It's like a black and white card. You might remember what I'm talking about. But the bush and the oink sound was reminding me of that card. And then Imana, as how um, Elena was referencing the Palladians and what they call source as Imana, or my nickname M. And so I continued back to the code line at this point. A few things I went online to see. I was looking up a phrase from the code line to see what came up online, and nothing really significant, I think, for the read came up. But realtor.com and an address, 7 of C, Suite 280, 7 Farms Drive, Suite C in Daniel Island, South Carolina came up, as well as the 7th chords in musictheory.net, as well as the county of El Paso, Texas. So elpasocounty.com, I guess it was, unless it's something else besides .com, because it wasn't showing itself. The Justice of the Peace was coming up there in precinct number 7. C sharp major came up, which is the same as D flat major, and then all, because they're all sharp as opposed to all just whole notes, or you know what I'm talking about. But that was coming up from Wikipedia. And then another entry was the dominant 7th chord. So a lot of chords regarding sound and the keyboard were coming up from Wikipedia. C major, G being the 5th note in the 7th chord. Building on G is dominant 7th of G7, and then F minor 7th above the G. So they're just explaining different chords, but that was coming up. So sound is coming up. This is very important as far as music. And then the acronym CSTE came up at the end of the code line, which comes up as the Council or State Territorial Epidemiologist, which has to do with public health. And what do we focus on right now? That's the CSTE. So you can look up, there was an article that was coming up regarding infant immunization with the 7-valent pneumococcal vaccine. So, and then the title was basically Enhancing State-Based Surveillance for Invasive Pneumococcal Disease regarding infants. So that was coming up. Excuse me. So a sudden event, going back to the code line, regarding Mother or Mary, or perhaps Sophia or Imana or M, no mistake, or expanding and contracting the shadow, the good chariot, which is also the feminine within the masculine, the chariot being the vehicle of ascension, good chariot of the state, and that could reference also, for example, my mother in an Alzheimer's facility in her quote-unquote holding cell of ascension. Seeming the hermit or the wise one, the collective consciousness may be wrong, or pushing off the shadow or devil, night 7, or 7 being the key of the Christmas suite. Again, the connecting with Christ energy. And then referencing back to the 7th day of 1221 from 1214 being 12 days before Christmas. To see the M, and also perhaps Imana, but the Sophia energy, the hermit, the collective consciousness, the wise one, the multicolored high vibration of expanding and contracting back to 0 point, the shadow night 7 of Christmas 1221, and the star of Bethlehem. There's connection there. So the star of Bethlehem was just coming up as very significant. Trying to get my phone to stop this, and it's reminding me because I forgot to show you the pictures already, so my phone is so smart, saying to show the picture of the read. It didn't do that yet. So this is the main read for the read that we're talking about. And then here's the complete read in front of you. Okay. Okay. I'm just replugging in. Just give me 1 second. Okay. All right, so very significant there for the Star of Bethlehem. and Beetlejuice. So to look up at the clouds, I guess at the stars as well, to see what you notice on 12/21. And please let me know if you do see anything significant. Yeah, and the month of March is coming up as it was coming up in my reads anyway, but then I was listening to when Laura Eisenhower had Damien Wynne on, who I told you to watch that because it was a really potent clearing. So check out that video, it's really good. But also he had stated it had already been coming up in my reads as like the end of something that I had said the week before my daughter's birthday, around March 7th, that everything should be clear by then. There was some significant change right there. And then Damien Wynne had stated that the end of all this stuff will be finished by the end of February. So it's the same timelines. And then other people were talking about March coming up in cards as well. So I just wanted to let you know that because there seems to be a very significant point there. So this read starts out with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is here in the underlying energy with the mini cards on top. The cards below it were the Lovers reversed, Indigo upright, Page of Pentacles upright, and then the King of Pentacles reversed. Powerless, financially drained, or made a big purchase, or a loss of power, money, and independence. After a breakup and lack of affection, manifesting big, the Page of Pentacles may be curious about their abilities to dump the Akashic records. Or the King of Pentacles reversed may be against it if that's a separate person and a child. Because the Page of Pentacles could just be the masculine's, the King of Pentacles energy here. There could be a Gemini reversed and a Gemini upright here, or someone with Gemini in their chart, and then another person who is Gemini. The King of Pentacles reversed with 2 kids perhaps, Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Page of Pentacles upright. Perhaps one is a Gemini or Virgo upright, and the other has Gemini in their chart. After a breakup, Indigo proposing to the Page of Pentacles upright and the King of Pentacles reversed and the Nine of Pentacles reversed, or proposing to the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles reversed and the Nine of Pentacles, older sibling, are not happy about that proposal at 11:07, which is Justice and the Chariot. Or the King of Pentacles reversed and the Nine of Pentacles reversed, which can be the older child, may be losing money or spending a lot, and the Page of Pentacles or King of Pentacles may have an idea, or Gemini or Magician, Page of Pentacles, is proposing something to them or apart from them. After a split, to vacate, or kids in the sun, Leo, or spent a lot to do this vacation, or can't afford to spend much on it, so 2 are left behind without attention, feeling a failure or under the radar, or trying to block an injured party from leaving the building or leaving the hospital, AMA, so to speak, or go back to the daily grind or work, check themselves out when they're not ready. Needing the whole truth exposed, or under the knife and radiated, or a hospitalization and very draining. Trying to get attention by performing or doing a jig. Like it's like someone is trying to ignore someone. Like if a parent was trying to ignore a kid, the kid will stand in front of them and start dancing around and making funny faces at them to get them to lighten up. It's that kind of energy. Or kids brightening up somebody's day, and that could be kids visiting a grandparent or something like that, or a parent who's in the hospital. So the Ten of Wands then comes up in the underlying energy, carrying a large burden, the Atlas, the weight of the world, or carrying extra weight, or working out too much, carrying that load. The Magician manifesting, or a Gemini or Virgo, Queen of Swords reversed, may be judgmental, or makes a decision, or announces, or a wake-up call about taking a break, taking a time out, and completing something. With rest, prayer, and meditation, perhaps the 5D connection, in the aftermath of sudden events or epiphanies, or resisting sudden changes. With issues at the workplace, or issues with getting a job, or issues with the Queen of Wands reversed, under the radar, offering new passion, sex, growth, or creativity, or a project, or pushing their agenda on the Nine of Pentacles reversed dependent, or to spend money that they don't have. It's like them being bossy. Or the Queen of Wands reversed, always wanting attention or feeling a failure, perhaps trying to inspire others, but may come off as bossy or just pushing, wanting their own way. Or the Queen of Wands reversed and not leading the way. Or two are in the same boat, pushing their perspective on others, or stone breaking bush at 1122, which is Justice and the Fool. Now this came up with Thoth, the stone breaking bush and the oink. So this may be someone insinuating someone else needs to lose weight, which be a mean thing. Everyone has the right to do what they want with their own body. So somebody might be very judgmental about the other person, or maybe their own weight, or both trying to get a new project off the ground or inspire a dependent child, but maybe failing. Or the Queen of Wands reversed, or Sovereign reversed, which can be a mother and child. They may have both fallen off the horse, or one or the other, and not getting back up, and now opportunity knocks. They may have lost their cat with a long tail, or being offered one of their litter, or trying to offer the litter to others since they can't afford more pets or animals. Or the Queen of Wands always has great ideas but never follows through. So that was coming up, and she is reversed here. Gemini upright, Virgo upright, Aquarius upright, and Scorpio reversed. So the Queen of Wands could definitely have Scorpio in their chart. And kids are here, or perhaps a Leo as well. The Queen of Wands reversed could have Scorpio in her chart, but she could have Leo in her chart as well. Destiny is peeking out to school the goose, flapping their wings. The world upside down, or almost complete, or a project or cycle anyway. Or it could be the Divine Feminine or Pisces reversed, to reap the rewards with the King of Pentacles reversed, losing money or status, or shoveling snow to save money, or to exercise. Religious factors comes up here, which can be any differences, can be culture, age, whatever it is, and then beneath that was engagement. So you're ascending to the next level of a relationship, and then religious factors or other kind of factors are coming up regarding that relationship. And it definitely could be some kids like that the parents don't approve of the boyfriend or girlfriend here in this read. That can be one of the themes that's going on. So the Sphinx is keeping their kids in check or gardening. So the person shoveling snow could also be someone gardening if you don't have snow in your area. But the Sphinx keeping the kids in check, Libra upright, Pisces reversed, the man doing outside work and the woman paying bills or doing other things inside, or perhaps the one supporting them right now, maybe she's the one earning money, not putting it out there, or not working out today, or wanting to stay in and sleep more at 11:38, which can reference the Queen of Cups, because 38/11 is the way you'd write it, and that would be the Queen of Cups. Refusing to wake up, or no big love at work, or no love loss at work, and maybe not wanting to go in, or there may be issues at work. Again, that was coming up with the Queen of Wands reversed. And then here with the Knight of Pentacles reversed at 11:39, which is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is also reversed. So the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Cups upright, she's blending in or fading into the woodwork, right? Not being, maybe she just doesn't stand out. Or enjoying the rain or snow, or she's enjoying the weather forecast. Maybe she's forecasting the weather. Some kids may be enjoying a snow day or time off from school, sleeping in, being lazy, and the Queen of Cups showing affection or gratitude for any extra help given by a masculine. 11:42, which is Justice and the Two of Cups. Getting someone to walk on your back, perhaps, or scratch your back, or someone yelling at someone to cut their toenails because maybe they're scratching them at night, someone complaining getting scratched at night, one may be on strike or out of work or unable to work, not showing any leg, not getting dressed, no love by the logs or brewing tea, no hugs or dessert offered, no taste of something new, or the feel of a foot touching or dangling by. So there's a reference here of no affection, right, that someone is used to having. And this may be someone who's out of work and now no longer getting up and getting dressed every day because they don't want to. Maybe they're just not feeling good about themselves right now. Manifestation comes up in number 8, which is strength, and then synchronicities below that, which is 87, which is the reflection of 78, which is the 10 of Pentacles, that dream family, business, or community. Post-war patience and justice, truth and balance, sharing, being charitable, or settling out with the Knight of Cups. And here the Knight of Cups, is that upright here? Settling out with the Knight of Cups, offering love to the Emperor. Yeah, the Knight of Cups is upright here, but the rest of the Knight of Cups is reversed. So Knight of Cups is offering love to the Emperor reversed, dropping the ball, or getting older and can't do as much physical work as he used to. A rat may spook the Knight of Cups, or a little white something on the grass, or worried about getting clothes dirty dragging on the ground, or using dust covers on a fancy dress or curtains. Red and gold, and then blue, white, and gold separately. Divided we fall. The young and the meek, I was just getting the young and the restless, the young and the meek inheriting the earth, taking over for their elders who rise and then fall with the tides and seasons. Sagittarius upright, Libra upright, and Aries reversed here at 1156, which is justice and the Two of Swords, being in your knowing. Dropping the facade, the act, perhaps tripping up or breaking patterns of spending on dependency and powerlessness or financial drains. Perhaps receiving, maybe the sovereign reverse, who's not sovereign, they're dependent, is receiving a push from the King of Pentacles reversed, to get their act together, and the Queen of Cups affection in doing the dance of manifestation, or a mama's boy comes up here as well as daddy's girl. The Knight of Cups taking over the Emperor's role, and the King of Pentacles reversed triggered by a daughter that's just like him, but yelling at them, right? So if there's a child who's a lot like them, they may end up taking their stuff out more on that child than the others. So the needing closure here of injustice to end the drama, the conflict and separation, the heartbreak and the weather changes, to come clean, getting clean, or cleaning up the act or space, and this was at 12:01, the minute after, the clock strikes 12. Recently here is the Ten of Wands upright, the burden, the atlas, the weight, after choosing a path, knowing and keeping to themselves, and without even realizing, fell into the Ten of Wands trap to work too hard for the Ace of Pentacles, right, the coin, to be able to offer something big at night, or to a Cancer and Capricorn, or Capricorn upright and Taurus reversed, or paying 2 men to keep watch for him, or working hard to be able to keep all employees on at work, because they may be worried they can't keep everybody. 12:07 comes up here with the Hangman and the Chariot. Cancer upright, Capricorn upright, and Taurus reversed, could be 3 in a group here, or they may want to give a bonus to people who've been working so hard in this environment this year. At 12:08 then, 8 being strength, or while trying to keep a new path to themselves, pouring everything you are into your work in hopes of paying off a contract or group. Or the King of Pentacles reversed fell when he wasn't paying attention, or Aries reversed fell and now is a burden to pay restitution or for a family member's medical bills. The King of Swords in his truth, the King of Pentacles reversed may not be talking or perhaps canceled a speech. The Page of Pentacles is trying to take over or cover for starting something new to help one who's overworking, and it's not working out at 12:12. The Emperor reversed dropped the ball, and or the King of Pentacles reversed unable to carry the burden any longer. I mean, they could be the same person, but they could definitely be 2 separate people, like one is the father or the boss and the other one's the next one down in line. There could be a financial drain here, or this is the King of Pentacles reversed who has dependents relying on them, whether they're children or employees. And the foundation here is the Four of Pentacles upright, the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, right? Staying in his heart, not opening up. And the mailman came at that time, so that may be significant here. Released from prison or fears about the Queen of Swords reversed, awakening, or of their ego. And issues at work with the Empress upright and the High Priestess reversed, defenseless to energies or attacks, or being ganged up on, and no longer cares. Or perhaps they have no excuse for what they did, or for jumping on Capricorn reversed, or King of Pentacles reversed. Free from work or school, Taurus upright, Pisces reversed, Capricorn reversed, or things weighing on the Divine Masculine's heart after releasing multiple people at work or giving time off. Or the Queen of Swords reversed released herself, saying she deserves better than this, and the Empress was secret out or a secret passion for bossing others around or taking egotistical people down a notch. Or the Empress needs to use her intuition, or those who would come against her, Keeping friends close but enemies closer may be her MO. She is upright here, but she may not be, the nicest of people. Capricorn reverse, making excuses but without defense. The central energy is the Seven of Swords reversed, no longer risky business or passing downloads, ideas or information, or no longer paying two guys to bring information to them. The King of Cups is upright. Perhaps his dream comes true, with patient angel, Queen of Cups, heartbroken or in separation or focusing on the stormy weather conditions, while the Page of Swords reversed with negative self-talk, rumors, spying and lying, or mouthing off, or the silent treatment, and that could be a Taurus reversed. Or King of Cups is with Aquarius, or has Aquarius in their chart, and then Queen of Cups is with Sag, or has Sag in their chart, but they are coming up both upright with perhaps an Aquarius and Sagittarius trying to keep them apart, because if not, this is that really high vibrational loving connection. The King and Queen of Cups with the Star card upright and the Temperance card, which is that higher love. This is a major magical connection here, unless these two people in between them are trying to keep them apart. And that's like the theme in this read too. It's like people between other people trying to keep a man and a woman apart, whether it's children you don't want to be with their boyfriend or girlfriend, or kids not wanting their parents to come together, or not wanting their parent to come together with their twin. There's definitely interference here coming up in multiple situations. Or the King of Cups with Aquarius and Queen of Cups with Sag, dealing in separation or heartbreaking news, or King and Queen of Cups, both upright, are a higher love above the stormy weather, or they stand above rumors, above the clouds. So here the clouds came up again. The challenge being the shadow upright, or trapped in a tunnel, or tunnel vision, taking forever to get out of the other end. Just like going through the tunnel. It takes laser focus to drive in a dark, narrow tunnel. You can't let any periphery distract you. And if any of you have ever driven fast through a tunnel, you know exactly what I mean. Coming clean and challenged by tunnel vision, or literally having no peripheral vision, defenseless to the King of Wands reversed, who may always be pissed or turning their back on a Capricorn. And then we have Cancer upright, Capricorn upright, and Taurus reversed on the ground, and perhaps the King and Queen of Cups up in the clouds at 12:34, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Shut the door. Uncomfortable King of Wands reversed is not sharing, maybe dealing with debt, scam, or an inequitable relationship. And then at 35, which is the Wounded Warrior, perhaps someone got one over on him and his ego doesn't like it or can't take the hit. A breakup or lack of affection in looking back, going back, or living in the past, with the Devil, addictions, codependencies, or Capricorn upright, and Taurus reversed, or the Hierophant reversed, which can be a divorce, a break in contract, or a spiritual group, or perhaps a breakaway from religion or establishment. A negative past, a bad childhood, abuse, a relationship, a nightmare, or difficult kids and trying to end the suffering, especially for children here. The Six of Cups reversed and Scrooge with bad news, starting over, awakening to unhappy family, or an end to an emotional cycle overdue, unstable home or moving, visiting, homecoming, or the party's over, being patient, or patient angel of a higher love is now in a Two of Cups connection. Lovers out in the cold with the Hermit's light, and the dark night riding coming in with news and lots of compassion, or Virgo and Scorpio here. One with light and the other ending things, death, end, dark night, transition portal, away from conflict connection. Now for the twins, here's the King of Cups upright, dumping emotional attachments to dependent Emperor reversed, or to financial drains, suffering in silence, or selling stuff to pay for the Emperor reversed, perhaps praying for dark energies to go away, the King of Pentacles upright to move the mask, or drop the facade, or someone may be praying for someone to take a break, give it a break, or just pass. There's a lot of stress on somebody. The King of Swords upright is resting, on break, or connecting with the King of Cups in 5D, or tapping into unconditional love. The King of Cups is upright with the Emperor reversed and kids reversed. So again, the King of Cups is being that loving person, being unconditionally loving, dealing with the Emperor reversed and the kids reversed, who may all just have issues and problems or just may be really cranky and mean, or a negative past between them all and putting up with it without complaining. The King of Cups choosing a new path, perhaps a breakup and sad to say, or to tell the Knight of Cups reversed, who could be a child of theirs or a partner, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, who may not be expressing their true feelings or they may be causing delays with the King of Cups upright. No peace or peaceful place to go, or no welcome home in a split or a move. The Page of Wands is upright, inspired to confront the enemy head on. The Page of Swords reversed, not working out, with the King of Swords overworking, and the Page of Swords reversed, not working out, with Hermit shedding light, with the Knight of Swords upright and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So here there is the Page of Wands looks like they're going to confront the Page of Swords, who's reversed. So they're one's inspired, the other one's, ready to blast them. And then there's the Knight of Swords behind them, behind the Hermit, who could be the older sibling of the Page of Swords. And the Hermit could actually be their parent, who may be embarrassed that they're acting the way they are. But there's another sibling backing them up, and there could be a friend with the older sibling as well as with the parent, the father, is coming up here. But the King of Swords, Hermit, or Virgo may be missing their flame or light, or one Virgo and the Messenger of Truth, or is with the Messenger of Truth, and another is out of work, and another male Virgo, the King of Swords, with two younger kids between them, the King of Cups upright, or their own sibling rivalry issues, because we have the King of Cups and then the King of Swords, and they're both upright, but it looks like they both have kids that have issues between them. And this could be two, brothers or friends who may be living together with their kids, and it's kind of just like a mishmash and a mess, because there may be one family who thinks the other kids are being a bad influence on their kids, so that's definitely coming up in the read as well. Or each team with one man down. There could be a game or competition that's a wash, and the King of Swords being watched for any inappropriate behavior. Maybe a split or a divide between the King of Cups and the King of Swords, both upright, because of their kids' feud, not theirs. Soon could be the Knight of Wands reversed, the player falling short, or runs out of energy, holding back their true desires, or froze in their tracks, or unable to go anywhere, or physically hurt. Social distancing, bad influences, third party, or no social life, and no peace of mind, all in their head. Unhappy cleaning up alone. They might have gotten stuck cleaning up, which is really funny. 1255 is the Hangman, and the Truth, the Ace of Swords. It's funny because when I was just out jogging and I passed one like middle-aged child. They weren't really young, they weren't an older teenager, but it looks like they got stuck, with the shoveling, but they're not someone who can shovel, really well, because they're not fully grown yet. And I asked them, I said, oh, it looks like you got stuck with the shovel. And they just gave me that look, like rolling their eyes back in their head. So it was really funny. So somebody may be unhappy cleaning up alone, right? Like the child that I passed. And then the Knight of Wands reversed, connecting with another Knight of Wands reversed, or can be trying to connect with themselves. It looks like there could be twins, bad twins, like who are up to no good. To manifest magic surrender of the Queen of Wands reversed. Now this could be a Knight of Wands reversed trying to get to the Queen of Wands reversed to have sex, which can be younger people. They could be your kids living with you. And again, there could be a mixed family here, right? With two different families with their own kids, which aren't related, which then there may be one kid who's in love with the other kid, and they're trying to keep them apart so they won't have sex. That could be somebody's situation. But there could be twins here too, in two different situations. We have twins of the Knight of Wands, which can represent, actually born twins, or it could be twins that are coming together or trying to. And then there's two hermits, which also could be twins or twins trying to come together. Okay? Or a loss of a family member here, or dysfunction of the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, community, or legacy. There could be financial loss or a loss of a family member, or misappropriations, with the Page of Cups upright and the Knight of Cups reversed, kids or young workers, perhaps spending on personal expenses at work, or the Knight of Cups reversed being a bad influence on the Page of Cups younger sibling, or the Knight of Wands reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed are a major bad influence on both of them, the Knight of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups. Or the Knight of Wands reversed is stuck taking care of the Page and the Knight of Cups. And the Magician, or Gemini or Virgo upright, gets between the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands, both reversed, before the Knight of Wands can get her to surrender to them. Could be two Knight of Wands reversed, like I said. They could be born twins that are bad influences, or there could be a Knight of Wands pursuing the Queen of Wands, and she could be the other Knight of Wands. Like they could be both referencing as the Knight of Wands reversed, who never knows which one she's dealing with, if she's dealing with twin brothers. Them playing tricks on the other kids, like twin kids like to do. Could be at a place of business or community as well, or a negative group or an innocent getting between them, or them trying to corrupt the innocent one. Because there's a bunch of older kids here, and then there's the Page of Cups upright. They're all reversed, and here's this innocent younger one. So there could be a situation that isn't a good one for this younger child, because there may be a lot of bad influences around them. Or this could be literally someone in danger, of being hurt or taken. So there's two, perhaps Sagittarius reversed, a Gemini upright, Virgo upright, or the Knight of Wands reversed is playing both sides against each other, or connecting to two negatives to get a positive result. So that's come up in the past month a couple times, where putting a grandchild and a grandparent together who are both unhappy to make each other happy. And this is coming up here again as well, but not a grandparent and a grandchild. It's more like siblings. Twin flames are seeing themselves as the Four of Swords upright on break, ending pain, painful end, or a pain in the ass, receiving big love or a message or a massage. The Page of Pentacles investigating or doing research, perhaps curious to start over or studying their own psychic abilities, with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, community, or legacy, dysfunction or financial drain, or bought them a new car, the Page of Pentacles, to get the Page of Pentacles to start over in love with them, or the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or legacy, or community, makes a bold move to offer rides, rideshare, or pick them up, or to move, travel, or ascend, or go on the road. Make the effort, passion, and getting to know each other all come up for the twins here, as well as it is safe to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Around the twin flames, or how they are seen, is the Ascension reversed, the World upside down, the Ten of Cups reversed, unhappy family, or complete lack of emotional fulfillment, avoiding sudden changes, or after a sudden event, holding on, clinging, or being Scroogey, or just claiming you're being practical, grounding, and saving, offering a new passion or pushback out of instability of a house or home, or taking a loan out on a mortgage, or Pisces reversed and or Scorpio reversed, pushing to move or end things already, needing closure or almost done a cycle, the block here being the Seven of Cups reversed, coming back downstairs, and the injustice to a Libra perhaps, that the Queen of Wands reversed gets the upstairs or the upper hand in a separation, or needing to the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed apart from each other. So the King of Cups may want these two apart from each other if they're in the same house, so they don't fight or so they don't have sex. Or two kids are in love and can't be together in the same house or the same floor. The injustice of having to start again, dump emotional attachments, or the injustice of having to sleep in the basement, especially if it's their house. The block being completion, and even more so, time out needed. The Nine of Cups here at the end is reversed. The dissatisfaction, whether not getting their wish or being alone, or dissatisfied with themselves and their own behavior, or in the battle or drama ending with the Page of Cups upright, and there could be a death here, or an end, or dark night, or Scorpio, or the Page of Cups is a Scorpio, or the young one who actually ended up being the grown-up here and broke up a fight at 121, which is the Magician, and the 21 is a 3, but that's the World. Or the Page of Cups may have figured out a peaceful situation to a living situation. Perhaps Pisces and Scorpio, and they came up multiple times in the read. Hermit or two Hermits or Virgos connecting with the Page of Cups and the Dark Knight, or Pisces and Scorpio. The Hermit missing their flame, so there's one Hermit with the light, the other one missing their flame, and connecting with two out in the cold, with the Hermit or Virgo with light, or the one with a loving message, having Dark Knight or Scorpio's back regarding drawing finances and or dysfunction of the family, business, or community. The King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, both upright, could be two young adults or siblings who are really blossoming into fine, loving people, despite not getting their way or wish. The King of Pentacles reversed is no superhero here, or removed his own cape at night, or at the eclipse, or with a Cancer, or on vacation up the mountains, but dissatisfied without 6 rays of sunshine. A cave, or perhaps a distillery or wine cellar that was closed that they were hoping was open. Lots of Virgo and water signs here at the end. Dissatisfaction coming clean or cleaning up, or keeping lovers apart. As the King and Queen of Wands are looking back, going back, or living in the past, the Page of Wands inspired to face the Page of Swords reversed to fix what's not working, perhaps with the help of Hermit with the light, and the Knight of Swords upright and Knight of Pentacles reversed to back them up or tag along. Or kids not agreeing on a plan and getting help, or Hermit, Knight of Swords upright, and Knight of Pentacles reversed show up to break up a fight before it starts. It could be that the Page of Swords reversed parent, or the King of Swords, Hermit, is feeling badly that their child acted this way, arriving with the older sibling, the Knight of Swords upright, and their friend, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, just tagging along. A heated debate or exchange, or holding back feelings while moving or looking back at unstable situation, visiting or homecoming or return, out in the cold, in exile from the group. Judgment, announcement, or wake-up call for the King of Wands reversed about a Leo, a pet, or their own ego, or it's just them being strong, or their health so important, or Leo pacifying the beast. Someone could have multiple pets here too, and the pets are the ones fighting or getting into conflicts. The King of Wands reversed could be a Leo or dealing with one, or the King of Wands reversed is the Knight of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Wands reversed is the other Knight of Wands reversed. Pisces reversed and Libra reversed, or needing closure of injustice to end the conflict and separation, and coming clean or cleaning up the mess, with the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Swords upright, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, being stubborn, and the Knight of Swords a bit harsh or pushy with their truth. Powerless or dependent, or one spending, or the Divine Masculine's heart is just spent, taking a break from ascension or carrying the weight of the world, getting clean and cleaning up, and taking a break from all that. At 146, the Magician and the 6 of Cups, the children, but they're reversed today. The challenge being the Shadow, the Capricorn, the Web, online. The Knight of Wands reversed, not ascending, obviously they're behaving badly, or dumping emotional attachments to or coming back downstairs at 147, which is the Magician and the 7 of Cups, which is dumping the emotional attachments that don't serve you anymore. The King of Cups upright is not getting their wish, living in the past, instability, arguing and feeling left out, or exiled from the group, judged and controlled, but they are upright here and being a loving man. The Sovereign reversed, carrying a load, or perhaps too much weight, or working out too much, tripped up or dropped the ball, removed the mask, or breaking patterns. The Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave is feeling scroogey or clingy, holding back downloads or helping others pass downloads, information, or helping with a move. The King of Cups is challenged by shadow work, or the shadow web online, or Capricorn, taking a break from the Knight of Wands reversed, or refusing to climb the stairs anymore, or for good, unhappy with the way things are going, or being alone, or unhappy with self, going back to move, or just to move again after having moved back, like giving something another try. Delays in communication or travel, arguing, not telling, heated debates and or heated exchanges, and left out as usual, not included in the celebration or the decision making, perhaps feeling judged and controlled by Aquarius and Leo, and that would be the King of Wands reversed there at the end. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards now. Let's see what comes up. It's 59:43. 59 is the 5 of Swords. It's 4:11 on the clock, so very urgent information coming across here. What did I say? 43? 43 is the Three of Cups, if that was the right number. As soon as I say things, I forget exactly what I said. I have no like long-term ability to hold on to things. So anything, like even I'm writing down a telephone number, if I look at it, I literally have to look at it like 4 or 5 times. I can't just look at a number and then rewrite it again. That's my only real challenge. Otherwise, I'm pretty normal. Well, I may not be normal, but you know what I mean. So anyway, so let's see what the takeaway is from this read today for the twin flames. So for everybody watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? And let's go ahead and clear any blockages to positive energy flow through all chakra layers, auric layers, grounding and galactic cords across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned, and fill any empty spaces with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light, and any soul pieces perhaps that need to come back to you now. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so for the twins here, let's see. All right, so there's a couple cards that came out here. I'm going to show you the bottom first, but it looks like they want me to count some cards again. There's just a few. Okay. So the bottom of the deck is the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, which is 39, the Knight of Cups, but the Knight of Cups was reversed in the read. So there's throat chakra being activated, but are they using it? And we have the financial constraints coming up below that, and this is the Death, 13. Okay, remember 3 13s are 39. So there's a reference there too. 3 deaths. And then that can reference too the 3D, the 1 2 3, the 4D, the 4 5 6, or 5 6 7, no, 4 5 6, and then the 5D, the 7 8 9, and the ending to each cycle. The 39 of activating the throat chakra, and are they allowing it to be activated? The financial constraints or destitution here can be because of heartbreak as well. It may not just be financial. Okay, it could be emotional, spiritual, anything like that. But that's the underlying energy. And the cards that came out for you are the 10 of the storm warning, which we had a snowstorm yesterday to today. And then the thinking man, which is 46, because the 6 of Cups are reversed here, right? Kids may not be getting it together to perhaps figure out what they want to do or where they want to go from here, and that can be the masculine energy as well. So storm energy may come in to clear all that. And remember, I pulled these cards yesterday, right? So this could be the masculine coming into his focus more now. The storm has cleared out all the debris and coming more into this positive energy of the 6 of Cups here. Then just 3 more cards came up, so I'll show them all to you. So that would be 5 cards altogether, 2 and 3. And that's interesting because the Empress and the High Priestess come up a lot as like the 2 older women or old biddies or just people who are old, old-fashioned in their ways. They have different ways of thinking because they're a lot older. But it's like a sister, a mother or grandmother and their sister, that kind of energy. And here we have envy of the 20, which is very judgmental, right? And there we go with the, a mother or a grandmother and their sister. That definitely can be them. This one's coming up as judgmental, but this one has the 15, right? She could look all good and nice, but she may actually be the devil. Maybe she's worse than she is, right? But this is showing appreciation for the shadow and the judgment of others. Perhaps there's maybe just having compassion for people who may feel envious of something and showing them appreciation anyway, showing the love. And then we have this 3rd card, the Angel of Balance. And this is, a child. This can also be 3 generations of women. And this is the 48, and the child knowing when to walk away and within. Like if they're too much for her, she's like, okay, I'm going to go to my happy place. Them already knowing, like teaching themselves how to go within. It's just showing like a whole new generation, right? Because this is the mother and the grandmother. Right? Because the mother may be very similar to her mother. Or again, these could be sisters. It just depends on your situation. But this is just showing how the child has her wings and she's not worried about it. She just walks away and goes to her own place. Perhaps hanging out with the pyramids or researching about it. And here's the masculine doing his thing. You see how the child may be very much like the masculine twin flame here and dealing with these two. And this may be a masculine who left this situation, but the child knows what to do when they're acting up, right? She's just like her father. Okay, so let's see what Scooby-Doo has to say. All right, Scooby-Doo. Remember, especially if you're masculine energy, to speak up for yourself. Because it looks like, because this Knight of Cups is reversed in this read, it's like, you know, the Page of Cups who was upright and the Knight of Cups that was reversed, and the Page of Cups was like doing the right thing where the older kids weren't. This is where the Knight of Cups needed to speak up when they didn't, and then the Page of Cups had to speak up for them. So that could be that as well. Learning not to be afraid to speak your truth. And there's the Nine of Pentacles all upright now. This is that sovereign energy who's now, and we're just talking about the older sibling, which now this is the older sibling learning to be proud of themselves and speak up. Excuse me. And then we have an Ace of Wands reversed. This is someone not in their authenticity and frustrated. This could be someone around this person, because maybe this person doesn't agree with this. And then here's the Two of Pentacles juggling. Right? Maybe they're juggling two different personalities, right? Sometimes they're like this and sometimes they're not. This also could be, you know, this could be conceit, right? This is the Nine of Pentacles is the sovereign that has everything they need and don't need anybody else. This could be somebody who works hard and plays hard but isn't being authentic, or this is somebody in between these two trying to keep them apart. There's frustration here between them. This also could be someone juggling. It doesn't have to be juggling people. It could be juggling too many things. And doing handstands to boot. Okay? This is the Three of Pentacles. But it's reversed, having issues at work. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles upright. So you see how this is just like in the read. These two are great, but you see all these people in between them trying to keep them apart. Right? This one's proud of themselves, and this one's saying, do you like me? So they're proud of themselves too, but that's more the feminine energy. That's more the masculine energy. Right? Because we have the Queen. This is a sovereign, maybe younger than the Queen. But this is the feminine masculine. And then we have all these crazy kids in the middle. And this could be the Page, right? Who at least is upright and knows what they're doing. They're having a good time, but they're younger. So there's that energy of people keeping people apart. The underlying energy is the Ace of Swords reversed, which is a split, a lie, divide, right? Trying to keep people apart. And then the Three of Swords, trying to heal and forgive. This split. Let's see what the Journey of Love has to say today. Journey of Love for the Twin Flames. Journey of Love. Okay. We have Let the Feminine Lead the Way. 39. There you go. There's that Knight of Cups that was reversed. Let the feminine lead the way. Okay, so she knows how to get out of those entanglements, which was coming up as that younger feminine energy in the cards that came out. And this one also is coming out. Fire and Ice. 37 is the King of Cups. Okay, we have the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups here. So that can be a king and a younger partner or a child. And then we have, there's 3 more cards that want to be seen, but then we have the bottom of the deck. This is exactly as the other deck. 2, which is the High Priestess, 3, which is the Empress, and then the 5, which is the Conflict. The Towering Magnificence is the underlying energy, the 30 of the Union, the 4 of Wands. Let's see what's behind that is the Seed of the Heart, the 25, and I told you that green and blue came up for me yesterday with Thoth. And he was the seed. He's just right at this point in the Fibonacci sequence. How cool is that? All right, that's where Thoth was in the map. 25 is the Knight of Wands reversed. That was in the reed, seed of the heart. Right? So maybe Thoth is that rebellious energy, someone who's really smart, but has what's the word I'm looking for? No forum or no place to express their intelligence. Maybe it's not the same intelligence as everybody else, right? So I showed you the 2 cards that came up first, and then these 3 cards came up afterward. We have the 3 to 1 jump. 10 is the storm warning, right? To go inside, as I'm losing my voice, go into the vortex until the storm passes. And then this is very much mantis beings or music notes come up with this. And the mother prays, the M, right? The mother prays, but remember the mantis prays, she bites off the head of her masculine. And you notice these are matching colors here. And then we have the Christ flame, which is very different from the other 2, right? This can be the mother and the son. And the mother may have 2 faces, I was just getting. The mother hides from the storm and prays. That's the 15. The 15 came up in the other deck with the gratitude card. And the 10 was the storm warning coming in. It's very interesting. And then the 31. So we had, this would be like these in the deck, these cards that came out already. This is the 10 and the 15 and the 10 and the 15. Okay, the storm is here. And this is staying all cozy inside. You know, like Dorothy and being in the basement. And then here's the appreciation of the mother, the 15, but may have a little dark side there, or be judgmental. The mother prays. Maybe they don't agree with what you do, but they'll pray for you. But they might bite your head off at the same time. This is the mantis. Or you may be connecting with a mantis being. I actually connected with a mantis being once. Then we have the Christ flame here, which is the 31 of the expansion energy, that 5 of wands, right? The pursuit of happiness, but also the conflict that you experience, the red and the green. Look, that's the Christmas energy here, right? Celebrating his suffering instead of his joy, right? The mother. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that they both came up in both decks, but there's definitely like a judgmental mother here that might bite your head off, but will pray for you. As if she knows you're an adult and she knows better for you. And even if you're not adult, but she can be very judgmental here. All right. So this is someone being left out in the cold. Like here's the group. Like we'll hide in the basement, but you're not welcome here. But I'll pray for you. That's the love I'm getting, which is, that's not loving. But this is, it's all for the better, because if that's the attitude of this energy or the group, then why would the divine masculine stay in that situation? And then here is Christmas too. These could be non-Christmas people who don't celebrate Christmas. And maybe this one is, the divine masculine's in the templating of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. So he doesn't have a choice as far as who he is. And it has nothing to do with celebrating religious holidays. But it does have to do with the energy behind it. Very interesting. So let's read these for you. We have Let the Feminine Lead the Way is 39. The feminine principle is you. Whether man or woman is the way forward in your life now. She is the principle of feeling of surrender. She feels the intelligence of the divine guiding light in a way that the masculine principle cannot at this time. And that was coming up as the 2 hermits in the read, right? There was one with a light and one who was missing their flame. You may not see where you're going, therefore, but you can feel your way forward. Trust her. Let your mind go and let your senses lead you, becoming more exquisite and communicative. And communication was definitely coming up in the read as well. Be led by your heart. Don't worry if you don't know all the details yet or how it's going to work out. She knows the way. Let her lead. This oracle brings confirmation to you that what you've been feeling or sensing, even without any logical physical evidence, is worth following up on. Trust your senses over appearances. Trust your intuition over your intellect. You are letting the feminine wisdom guide you, and she will steer you in the best direction. The poem says, my coming out is the freedom to fully be who I am and the surrender to the divine essence expressing through and around me. My coming out is the marriage of twin souls with my life partner in gratitude, in love, unfolding as more than we ever could be on our own. All right, so that's a really great message. And I'm just saying that mother doesn't have to be the mother too. It could be a wife, whoever fits that role. It could be an aunt or a grandmother. But whoever it is, it's affecting the divine masculine. So that's become clear by that card. So then the second one I'm going to read you is Fire and Ice, which is number 37, which is the King of Cups, so unconditional love. And both the King and Queen of Cups were upright and together in this read, or trying to be together, but there's people standing between them. You are learning to hold the tension of opposites, of those things that don't immediately seem to go together within your being, without collapsing into confusion, judgment, or denial. There is passion and serenity, creation and destruction, new life and death emerging within you, within your relationships. Sometimes this is hard to handle. We want to make things simpler, to just let go of the conflict and the complexity and choose one or the other. You are a grand enough soul to be able to withstand the rigors of depth, to go deep, to live fully, to let the divine have its way through you, requires a willingness to stand at the center of the pairs of opposites and eventually know that they are connected to each other, that they exist only in relationship to each other, to breathe and simply be. If you are consciously feeling the conflict in your life, internally or externally, then you're being initiated through fire and ice. Stay present, be patient, and wait. There is nothing to fix here, just awareness to step into as the divine creation continues to unfold through you. As you master this initiation, you will find a sweet nectar of bliss dripping within. And that was coming up in the code line too, that's sweet. This oracle brings you guidance that the conflict you feel within or externally is a sign of your spiritual growth. Soon you'll grow larger than the conflict, but for now you do not need to engage in it. Simply be present to it and allow it to work its way through you until you're strong enough to have outgrown the conflict, giving rise to a clear direction. It may seem impossible, beloved, but it is not. You are a vast being. Give yourself a chance to realize this and have patience. All is becoming, including you, according to the perfection of divine design. This oracle brings specific guidance on any relationship matter requiring a decision until you have simple clarity in your heart, beyond the pushing away and the pulling closer. Then it is time to wait, for there is more to be revealed. Only when your heart speaks clearly, then you will do well to act as feels truthful to you. And the poem reads, there is a beautiful silence now as I hold your hands and listen to your eyes across a span of moments called time. There are no words that say as much, nor walls that can confine the wings of our feelings or the rhythm of our eyes. All right, everybody. Make sure you get your water, your rest, your joy, your nature, and rise and be love. I love you guys. See you soon. Bye.